Greetings to everyone. I'm here to present a report for Istd diploma course. The project report is presented by me, Manish Churani. My registration number is 27029 and I am from the batch 85. The project report is on delivery of training and the topic is growth mindset for aspiring managers. The project report was being construed after a thorough training being conducted and also a pre-training questionnaire as well as a post-training analysis was done along with it, and my guide is Ms. Anita Ahuja. The project report had the objective of the study as follows. The number one objective was to get strategically oriented towards organizational and departmental goals. The second objective was to focus on overcoming barriers and achieve strategic orientation by creating an action plan. The third objective was to understand the difference between entrepreneurial and employee mindset. The fourth objective was to create an entrepreneurial mindset and work towards it, getting it implemented globally. The fifth objective was to have a mindset for essential nurturing, innovation, and willingness to take risk at the company level. Along with the objectives, there was an end result or an end outcome which was also being achieved or to be achieved was an action plan with a vision, preparation, and implementation checklist. So if I go strategically into the objectives, the first one was to understand strategically about the organizational and departmental goals. So herein we first went ahead and saw the profile of the participant and the requirement to get into the aspiring manager role. And there we talked about three key parameters: strategic orientation, entrepreneurial mindset, and geolocalization or globalization, as the company that the program was being delivered was Dell Technologies, which I am a part of, and it has global teams. Moving ahead, methodology which was being adapted in the program was into various segments. So let me tell you about it in detail. It was a virtual instructor-led training program consisting of 180 minutes into two sessions, that was 360 minutes in total. So that was a 6-hour program being done. The various methodologies or tools that were being used in the program were icebreakers, caselets or case studies, question-based discussions, self-analysis questionnaire primarily on your entrepreneurial mindset as well as your growth mindset. And then moving ahead, we had breakout room discussion on various case studies, as well as there were some specific topics which were being thrown across to team members or participants, and then they came up with their solutions. There were role plays also being conducted so that they internalized the learnings and put it into practice on the field immediately or in their workplace immediately. Moving ahead, we had audio visuals, we had videos, and we had also some descriptive information being shared, which could be utilized as podcast or other facets as well. We had a whiteboard discussion on various activities to start with, along with the icebreakers or question-based discussions, and even in the breakout rooms. Moving ahead, we had some team assignments. As I mentioned, that this was being divided into two modules. So we went ahead and got the program being articulated by giving them an assignment so that they can utilize and run it in their workplace and then do the concluding part. We also had most important learnings of yesterday, which was like after the completion of the program as a summarization, and also during the first and the second part, between that, you had the Millie being used as a recap of the first module. Then we had quiz sessions, which were being taken by MS Forms, which is Microsoft Forms, and also we had taken some live quiz with polls. Energizers, so that the momentum of the learning is not getting monotonous, as well as the participants are quite engaged. We also had activities wherein we had some open-ended questions, we had some activities so that they can learn from it, which was individual as well as group task. Moving forward, basis on the methodology as well as the to align to the objective, we had the analysis of the data and results being shared in the form of the ratings. So we broke it down into three segments: the free training objectives, the in-training objectives, and the post-training objectives. So as you can see in the pre-training, we took the NPS with the net promoter score, and the average net promoter score was between 4.8 to 4.95 for all the segments. And that's how we came up with the next slide. Sorry, the information is shared in the next slide, which is the key findings. So in the pre-training objectives, if you can see, the pre-training read material which was being shared was rated 5 out of 5. The pre-training communication, the invite, which was being shared along with the objectives and certain information about the program, was rated as 4.95 out of 5. The course title comprehension, when the participants were being asked to rate on it, they gave a 4.96 rating. And finally, the training objectives stated were 4.87. In the training or during the training, the objectives which were being supposed to be met in the questionnaire, which was also being shared, overall training rating was 4.97. The learning objectives met were at 4.87. Regarding the training methods of icebreakers, energizers, case studies, role plays, and the additional ones, it was rated as 4.97. The reading material which was being shared during the training and the handouts for case discussion was rated as 4.90. The content, the slides, the designing of it, the meat of the material was rated as 4.90. Audio and video engagement was being rated as 4.97. Engagement from the trainer was rated as 4.87. And finally, the course sequence and segmentation was rated as 4.97. And now if you go ahead and talk about the post-training objectives, it was 4.97 in terms of the recommendation that they would do it to the team was at 4.97 so that the new cohorts can be formed accordingly. Also, if I talk about in the information about the important learnings or implementation learnings that they can do was rated as 4.90, and the improvement which was there that they saw was also rated as 4.87. So these were the three findings that were being there in the major and the minor ways. Finally, when we talk about in the learnings from the program, these were the learnings which were being shared by each of the participant, taking up challenges, growth mindset is developed by self-initiation, and so on and so forth. And they all had various learnings being shared during the form filling activity of MS Forms as a post training activity. And finally, I would like to thank all my guide and the ISTD team members for supporting me and guiding me in getting this project report executed. Thank you.